Cover me in caramel and call me a snack, because there's nothing quite as addictive as the perfect caramel fragrance. Just sweet, sticky, heavy. The ultimate compliment getters because they're nice, they're lovely, they're beautiful, and I'm about to put you on game. I'm going to share my top 5 favorite caramel fragrances of all time that are in my collection that y'all need to know about because they're lovely. And you know what? I'm a giver, I'm a sharer, and let's get into it.
You know better. You just can't get enough.
Hi, I'm Jeanique, and I love smelling delicious, and nothing does that better than a good caramel fragrance, because that's what they're there for. They're there to make you smell edible. So let's get into the 5 caramels I've picked out today, my 5 faves, because they run the gamut. We have some gourmand caramels, we have some fresher ones, we have the really sticky sweet ones, we have options here. I'm giving you options today. You're welcome. Also, if you like this kind of video, subscribe, like, do the thing so YouTube knows to send you back. And if you've been here before, hey, thank you for coming back. And if you've subscribed already, I see you, thank you, I appreciate it, and thanks for coming back for more videos. Let's get into it. My 5 favorite caramels in my collection. Let's start at the beginning, because of course we're starting from the beginning. The very first caramel fragrance I ever added to my collection, this is a fragrance from 2011, so an old ass fragrance, and it is Prada Candy. Here's the thing, people love to shit on this fragrance for being basic because it is a staple sort of caramel fragrance. It is light, airy, sweet, and it sits pretty close to the skin. This is a caramel fragrance you wear to run to the gym, to run errands, to run around, to sit at home, to go to bed. It is very light, it's very easygoing, and it's very easy reach. I don't think you need a fragrance to scream at you to be lovely, and I think this one is absolutely lovely. No, this is just caramel, a little bit of powderiness, a little bit of freshness. That's it, that's all. It's not doing anything more than that. This is the entry level caramel fragrance, because for me it was my entry point into caramel fragrances, and I've never looked back ever since. So if you're looking for something that is easygoing, everyday, and not too expensive, this is where to start. As long as this is available on the market, I'ma have it in my collection. Not that Prada is gonna ever get rid of this, because this brings in bag for Prada, obviously. Now that we have the entry-level caramel fragrance, we're going to go sweeter, heavier, sexier, thicker, and it is Dolce & Gabbana's The One. I'm not saying this is one of the best caramel fragrances ever made in the history of caramel fragrances, but it absolutely fucking is. It absolutely is. Now, a lot of caramel fragrances get watered down, adulterated by other notes. There's some florals, there's some fruit that come through really heavy. My favorite only one is not even this one, it's the only one too, because that one has a smokier base and some heavier elements that distracts from the caramel a bit. The caramel is playing a secondary position in that one. In this one, it is the star player, sometimes feeling like it is the only player. This is a gourmand caramel that is very loud. It is extremely sweet. It does not shy away from the fact that they're giving you caramel. It is not caramel and vanilla. It is not caramel and tonka. It is not caramel and floral. This is straight ass caramel, ratcheted all the way up. You want extra sweet, sticky, jammy to go out at night feeling sexy? This is the caramel you go with. This is the caramel you go with. Now, if you're looking to save money, but you still want something that's sweet and smell good, then it has to be Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 62 from Sol de Janeiro. Here's the thing. I stay going through these bottles. It's like my 3rd or 4th one, because it's just about perfect. No, will I wear this out of the house on its own? Do I look insane to you? Absolutely not. This is not gonna last no time. This is a body splash. It's gonna last 1 or 2 hours. I cannot have that. I need at least 6 hours out of my fragrances. Absolutely. But this is great for going to bed, for chilling around the house, for spraying yourself down just to smell nice. It's great over top of other fragrances or as a base. Here's how I use it, how I wear it. I get out of the shower, I lotion up. I put this down as a base if I'm wearing vanilla for the day, caramel for the day, certain florals for the day. I add this to add a little bit of oomph and sweetness. So what is in this? This is pistachio, so nuttiness, a little bit warm, a little bit round, right? Some sweet, sweet, sweet candy smelling caramel, lovely. A little bit of salt to add a little bit of musk and a little bit of skin scent to the whole thing to make it smell like you, and a little bit of an airiness to the fragrance that I think is just about perfect. You cannot get better than this for the price at Sephora. I absolutely love this, and I've never had regrets picking another bottle up because I just can't get tired of it because this is amazing. It just is. It is. The next fragrance isn't the next fragrance. It's an honorable mention, but I wanted to flag this fragrance because I think this is a fantastic example of caramel and fruit together, especially at an affordable price. If you want to learn more about it, check my Bougiana budget video where I talk about cheap and chic fragrances for less than $50, because this is one of the fragrances that I talk about at length in that video, and it is Jessica Simpson's Fancy. It is very sweet pear, just almost jammy pear with very sticky sweet caramel, candy caramel with a little bit of smoothing round almond. It is a lovely, it's like Cheirosa 62 in a lot of ways without the salt, with a lot more longevity. So if you're looking for like a $30 fragrance to get started with caramel, this is one way to do that. But we're not talking about this fragrance because it didn't actually make the list. I'm just, you know, mentioning it as a sideline. Let's get on to the next one. Now, if you're looking for something that is a little bit more sensual, voluptuous, grown sexy, then I'm going to have to go with Scandal Le Parfum by Jean-Paul Gaultier, JPG, one of my favorites from the brand. Can I just say, this is vanilla, creamy, rich, heavy vanilla with a caramel that isn't super sweet. So it's not as sweet as The Only One, but it's still a nice, sticky, sweet caramel fragrance with a little bit of jasmine, a very crisp, fresh jasmine, nothing too soapy, nothing too green, with a little bit of salt. Now it also smells like there's a little bit of a darkening element in here, like a little bit of coffee or dark chocolate, something like that. There's a perfect mix, I would say, of white florals, vanilla, and caramel, all working equally to come together to create a really full, dynamic, and beautiful fragrance that I think is peak sex appeal. And when you look at this bottle, you know what they're trying to give. And I think a lot of the fragrances in the Scandal line, they are so wonderful. They're not at all disappointing, and they're consistent in trying to give sexiness in the fragrances they have. Scandal by Night, the original Scandal with the honey in that one. The Scandal line, I think, is a really reliable, sexy date night line, right? Like Scandal for me is like the line of fragrances from JPG that you reach for. I mean, also La Belle. La Belle is also real sexy, also classique, also divine. You know what? JPG just do sexy ass fragrances, and this is no exception. So if you're looking for sort of sensual caramel, this is it. The creaminess, the fullness, the little bit of freshness, it all comes together to create something I think is incredibly alluring. You're alluring when you wear this. Now, this fragrance has been hyped up on YouTube, and I'm not even going to say it's been overhyped. The hype is completely warranted, and it's arguably my favorite caramel in my collection at this point, and it's a new addition. It was supposed to make the haul video that I am doing in the next couple of days, and it had to preempt that because you need to come into this video, and it is Jousset's Lyra. Here's the thing. People stay talking about how this smells like a lemon pound cake. It absolutely fucking does. What? It is so amazing, y'all. If we spray the fragrance, right, it opens up and you get this blast of, it's blood orange, right? So this very dynamic, full, slightly tart sort of citrus smell, but coming through is a whole bunch of vanilla and caramel. There's fluffiness, a little bit of cinnamon. It smells like there's marshmallow in here. It smells fucking edible. Now, I am not an advocate for overspending on niche fragrances. I'm never going to do it. But would I overspend on this one? Absolutely. Even though my default setting is florals and fruity florals, the moment I smelled this, I was like, how dare you, Jousset, create something this fucking beautiful? I don't understand. I need every dupe of this ever created, every dupe ever made, and I need a fuller bottle of this. I started out, because I blind bought this, right? I saw it on sale, real cheap, and I jumped at the opportunity to grab it at a discounted rate. And it was only 30 mils. I didn't want to blind buy something bigger because what if I didn't like it? What if it was terrible? What if the hype was, convinced me of a lie? But the moment I smelled it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna need a very full bottle of this. I'm gonna need a much bigger bottle of this because this is cake caramel. This is dessert caramel. This is full, it is big, it is heavy, it is sweet, and it is so dynamic and lovely. It is not boring at all. It also lasts really long on the skin. It is cake, caramelly cake in a bottle on your body. What do you think about my 5 favorite caramel fragrances? Are they fire? Because they are, actually. Or do you think they're trash? I want to hear all about it in the comment section. Also, drop any recommendations you have, because I'm always on the hunt for a good caramel fragrance, always. Also, if you enjoyed this video and you love a fragrance slash guide like I always do, check out my last one on cherry fragrances, because it's up and it's ready for your viewing. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate you being here, showing YouTube that you give a fuck about what I have to say, and I hope you come back for the next one. Again, I'm Jeanique. I love a sticky sweet fragrance because I love to smell like candy goodness, and these caramel fragrances are making that just really delusional dream come true every single time. See you in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Baby, you're the one and only. Baby, you've been on my mind. You know you don't have to be lonely. You can come and take my time. Baby,